The subject of competition, this is a highly competitive industry because it's a service industry.
Yeah.
And like most service industries, there's, it's not the same as creating an infrastructure.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at the steel industry, which is producing a product and requires an enormous fixed investment in an underlying asset, a productive asset,
Mm-hmm.
this would be the opposite. This is where our expertise is the service that we're selling. So our ability to identify, select, negotiate, monitor, and exit these companies is what we do.
But on this niche of the market, selecting investments in the emerging economies, you seem to be the fund doing number one, I suspect.
Well, you're talking about performance. And
yeah.
Do
you have other? No, I'm talking about how crowded is your industry, and if you have other players doing the same thing you're doing, and if so, how do you differentiate each other?
I mean, that's a good question, and it depends on how you look at it. It would be like saying, who competes with Wells Fargo Bank? And it's difficult. Or who competes with Ford Motor Company? Because then you say, okay, well, that's transportation, right?
Yeah.
And so is that walking, bicycles, motorcycles, cars, trucks, vans, SUVs, or transportation vehicles? Well, it's the same in financial services. You have to look at what we call our peer group.
Mm-hmm.
So our peer group is, if I understand the question correctly, so those are the people that look like us, doing the same thing. The people that we meet when we go to visit companies.
Yes.
Yeah, I would say this is a highly competitive industry. So part of doing our job well is having what's called proprietary or unique contacts and skill sets, networks of people. Because a lot of this business gets done. It's not like an auction where you put your company on eBay and expect to get the highest bid, but it's still competitive. And so we try and constantly keep valuations down, but that's difficult in a competitive environment. So I think to answer your question more broadly, it's a cyclical issue. As more capital is being attracted to a sector, you have more competitors that come in. And I would say that the private equity industry in particular is shrinking now. So there's fewer people in the industry because there's less capital.
Yeah. So the